If you're joining me live, sorry, I'm a little bit late, 2 minutes, just because I was having a nap, because today is day one of my cycle, and I was just having a little nap, and I woke up, my hair was like all over my face. I was like, I've got a live to do. So nice to see you. Hello, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ones. Let's start by just placing our hands on our heart, taking a really nice deep breath into the body. Yeah. Oof. Feeling like I really need to get into my body right now. As I said, day one of my cycle. And as a woman, I've really come to enjoy the potency and the power of the cycle. And move with my cycle. Move and honor my cycle. So I've got some really exciting information to share with you about something that I started to contemplate during COVID, actually, that's really helped me with my rising. And I'm going to share a lot of that in this session. So take a really nice big deep breath in. Sina, so nice to see you. So nice to see so many beautiful faces. Hello, Alexanderina. Tanvi, nice to see you all. Okay, place one hand on your heart center. Take a really nice deep breath into the body. I'd like to invite you to, as always, honor whatever's going on in your life. Whatever's going on in your life is perfect. It's beautiful. It's powerful. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are perfect. You are messy. Just the way that you are is all good. Beautiful, good. You're safe. It is safe to be here. Your next level is safe. Okay, taking a really nice big deep breath into the body, and as I have guided you before, I want to invite you to invite your highest essence, your highest potential, because in this moment you have access to your highest potential. It's not only the you that you're feeling that you have access to. You have access to your highest potential in this moment. So you can call into this moment your highest essence. So you might want to do that now with me, because I always call on my highest essence in this moment. Always, always, always. Because I want to have access to the highest communication that I can possibly speak. I want to have access to the highest messages that I can possibly share. I want to have access to the highest energy that I can possibly transmit to you. I want to have access to the highest wisdom that I can possibly share with you. I want to have access to the highest potential that I can share with you right now. Take a nice big deep breath into your body. I want to have access to my highest identity. The highest identity that I can access in this moment. And I'm always calling forwards these aspects of me. You are so much more than the you that you see in this moment watching this live. As you know, you're so much more. You are so much more. You have so much more expansion and capacity and energy and power. You have so much more. And it's so nice to see some familiar faces. I know I've been off social media. I've been networking in person. I've been connecting to more traditional methods of getting me out there, and now I am back, and I'm excited to be here, super excited to be here, sharing my energy, sharing my frequency with you. So If this is the first live that you're watching, I did 3 more last week and the week before. So go and have a look in the Reels section of this account. And in this live, I'm going to do a series of 3 today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, all at 5 p.m. UK. In this live, I want to explore with you that not only you have an identity upgrade to facilitate, but your business also has its own identity. And I want to share with you how I started exploring this 5 or 6 years ago and what I found out and how it helped me to really rise. Okay, so taking a really nice big deep breath into your heart. Taking a really nice big deep breath into your heart. It's really important that you set yourself up for success in any conversation. This is a conversation that we're having right now. So take a nice big deep breath into the body. I want to remind you of something. When you are broadcasting, when you're sharing something, when you're doing a live or when you're speaking on a stage at an event, it's up to you how fast or slow you speak. It's up to you. You set the pace. You set the pace. It's very easy to get into the programming, the mindset that you have to speak fast to engage people and keep people engaged. Or when you're on a stage, you have to keep moving forwards to make sure that people don't get bored. And sometimes when you're speaking on a stage, and I have spoken on a stage in front of thousands of people before, you catch the eye of someone who's somehow giving you a yawn in that moment, and you start worrying, am I boring? I've got to step up the pace. I've got to actually get to the point. The thing is, though, it's not about the words that you're using. It's about the energy that you're transmitting always. So people come to connect to your energy. They come to feel your frequency. I don't even need to say anything in order for you to change. You just need to show up in my field, in my energy field, and I will hold my field and you will come in and watch me, and I don't even need to say anything in order for you to change. And this is where we want to get to. This is where I want you to get to as a female leader in the making. This is where I want you to get to as a woman in business, as a woman in business that feels her potential. This is where I want you to get to, is to realize that it's your frequency, your energy that people are drawn into, and you don't even need to say anything for them to feel something, for them to feel moved in some way. And that goes against everything that society teaches us, doesn't it? It goes against everything that we're taught to believe about public speaking, about transmitting, about expressing ourselves, about sharing information. It goes against everything. But the thing is, women in business, where this is going, where this conversation is going, where the female entrepreneur movement is going, it's going to be so much more about the energy and the frequency, and so much less about making sure that we say the right things, and that we express ourselves correctly, and we explain what we're saying, and we make sure that the words land. That's important, but what's even more important is your frequency, your energy. Okay. So I've talked a lot about identity the last 3 lives. Again, if you missed them, they're in the Reels section on this feed. The information that I want to open up in this live is I want you to start to understand that your business also has an identity. I want you to understand that your business also has a system. It also has an intention. It also has its own ecosystem waiting to be expressed. It's really, really, really important for us to realize this, because we're under the illusion that we are our business. And it's true when you're building a personal brand that yes, you are expressing your business. And yes, you could say that you are your business insofar as your business is an expression of you. And unfortunately, the blocks that you hold, the limitations that you hold. Your business is an expression or not of your energy, right? But your business has its own stage. Your business has its own ecosystem. Your business has its own power and potential and talents and abilities and gifts. And your business has its own motive, its own intention, its own way that it wants to express itself. Fact. So you've got to understand who your business is. You've got to understand who your business is and who the business wants to be. And your business is so much more than a company on a piece of paper, a registration or a company on a piece of paper. Your business is so much more than a trademark. Your business is so much more than what you think it is. Your business is so much more than a project management system. Your business is so much more than that. Your business has a vision. It has a soul. It has an intention. And I started to contemplate this during COVID. I was intrigued because I had a thought. And that thought was, what if my business has its own intelligence? What if my business has its own agenda? What if my business has a vision? And back then, I wasn't brave enough to talk about it. I didn't quite understand how this conversation fitted together. I didn't understand how my business could have its own intention when my business was an expression of me, because I was very emotionally entangled in my business back then. And I took everything personally because of that reason. And it's interesting when we start to speak about topics that we truly want to speak about, we can start to observe the information in us that is blocking us from the next level. When we start to broadcast information and open up points of discussion, we can start to witness how the mind starts to question a little bit, starts to talk to us, starts to try and bring the message or the potency down. And the thing is, we're constantly being shown what's in the way of our next level all the time. Constantly being shown what's in the way of our next level all the time. And so as I'm talking to you about your business having its own intention, your business having its own agenda, your business having its own vision, its own set of gifts, its own set of talents, it starts to bring up to the surface the question, well then, first of all, how do you understand what your business has as its intention? How do you understand who your business is? But secondly, how can you be a vibrational frequency match for the business's potential? How can you be someone who is primed and ready to take your business to where the business wants to be, where the business wants to go? Are you a vibrational match for the highest potential of your business? Do you understand who your business is? Do you understand the potential of your business? So as you take a really nice big deep breath into the body, you will start to maybe feel things coming up to the surface. You will maybe start to feel, as you're listening to me, the things that are blocking your next level. Start to be aware of the commentary coming from your mind. Start to be aware of what is coming up for you as I'm talking. Because as I'm talking, I am shifting your identity in real time. As I'm talking, if you are allowing me to, I am shifting your identity in real time, because this is how my energy works. This is how my energy works. So I am here to broadcast, to share information, to get you starting to be open to a new way of seeing your business. And so within your business system, you have offerings, programs, services, different brands maybe. Each one of those has its own vibe, has its own energy. And so then, as I started to understand more about my businesses, more about who they were on an identity level, I started to understand that I needed to change. In order to accelerate the growth and the rising of my business or my businesses, I needed to change. My identity needed to change. I needed to stop hiding. I needed to stop, hiding. I needed to stop hiding behind a screen. I needed to stop telling myself that if I really stepped out, it wouldn't work. So what needs to shift in your identity in order for you to fully take your business to the next level? Do you understand what your business stands for? Do you understand where your business is going? Do you understand the vision of your business? Do you understand what your business wants? Does the business want to be a disruptor? Does the business want to be an innovator? Does your business want to create things that are not out there yet? Does your business want to take its audience to a place of high price points? Does your business want to be a luxury brand and you don't want to be? Does your business want to be a luxury brand and you are not a luxury leader? Does your business want to charge higher price points to start to educate your audience on the value of things, but you're scared to up your prices? Does your business not want to offer free trainings ever again, but you're scared to not offer free trainings? Does your business want to start a line of products and merchandise, but you haven't done that before, so you're scared to do it? Who do you have to be as a leader? Are you in property development and your business wants to start selling luxury property, but you don't have the clients around you, so you're telling yourself it's not possible? I don't have the audience, so I can't do this. Are you telling yourself that you don't have the audience? Are you telling yourself that the audience doesn't exist? Are you telling yourself that you don't have the network where you live? What are the obstacles that you're putting in your way? What is the information that needs to upgrade in your identity? What is the information and the data being given to you on a daily basis about money? What are you telling yourself about money? What is your identity when it comes to money and comes to making money? What are your goals? What are your visions? I'll tell you something interesting. So as you might know, one of my businesses is called Magnificent Money, and it's going through a really big evolution right now, and it's going to be massive, is all I'm going to say. And I have helped 50,000 people through that business and that brand, especially through one of the programs that I have just retired. And it's not because it wasn't successful, it's because I was not a frequency match for that program anymore. And I remember when I used to launch this particular program, we did so many launches. And I remember one of the exercises that I would do would be to really elevate people into their highest level of financial success. And that would be helping them understand, like, what is it that they desire financially? What is that level? And I remember that many people in these big challenges would come out with massive numbers. For example, I want 100 million, I want 50 million, I want 10 million. And I would look at them and I'd be like, wow, that's so interesting. You are far more comfortable talking about very high numbers than you are talking about the financial levels that would be very easy for you to achieve if you just came out of hiding and moved forward. And I feel like what we often do is we try and leapfrog over all of this period of growth right here in front of us and go into 100 million, 50 million, 10 million, when actually we are avoiding the creation of the next step, and then the next step after that, and then the next step after that. And I'm a very ambitious woman. Like, if you came and said to me, hi Jody, I wanted to experience myself as a billionaire, help me, I would. But I would make sure that you, first of all, started to experience yourself as someone who is very comfortable at 5 million. And then we go to 10 million. Then we go 20 million. Then we go 40 million. Then we go 100 million. And so on. And we build it up. We build up your system. We build up your system to be able to hold more information. It's not really possible to leapfrog from where you are now to 100 million because it's not sustainable. And actually what we do that as a form of self-sabotage a lot. So when I was witnessing these 50,000 humans going through my money challenges last year, the year before that, and telling me that they wanted to make 100 million, and that's where they were aiming for. And then in the same sentence, they'd be like, well, it's not going to happen for me, or it hasn't happened for me yet. And I'd be like, well, what about 1 million? Maybe you want to start there. No, I'm 100. You know, it's almost like we set unrealistic goals, and I'm totally about unrealistic goals, but we set very unrealistic goals to try and jump over all of these stepping stones in the middle that are really powerful moments for us to calibrate to, because there are so many great lessons and teachings here, and we can just stick around for a little bit, then we double that, rather than going straight to the 100 million. I feel like a lot of beautiful people see amazing speakers on Instagram talking about 100 million business models and go straight there, rather than actually asking, well, actually, what if I started to understand how to work with money and frequency in a slightly more accessible way to me? What if I just went all in on 1 million, then 5 million, then 10 million? So all of that to say that, what is the next step for you? What is the next step for you? You know, as I've said a few times on this call, one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had was understanding that my business was its own ecosystem, had its own tone, its own vibe, wanted me to lead it in a very specific way. And I think without that information, I would just still be in a space right now of, I am my business. My business is me, you know, and I'd be severely limiting the growth of my business. And when you're a rising entrepreneur and you have a powerful foundation and you have multiple businesses, and then you get offered a business that you want to acquire, you have to understand the energetic system of that business, the identity of that business, in order for you to understand, like, what needs to shift in my identity in order to align or match the vibration of this new business that wants to go places. Am I in the right identity frequency? Am I in the right identity level to take this business to where it needs to go, it needs to be? You know, I think I've said this before on one of the lives I did last week or the week before. I've never, ever felt more certain than I do right now in this moment that absolutely everything is possible. And I hold that frequency. Everything is possible. So when you are with me, when you're in my energy field, everything is possible. And you feel that. And so many people say to me, oh my gosh, like when I connect with you on a call, so much happens, you know? And it's because I hold that frequency of everything is possible all the time, infinite growth, infinite potential. And I've done so much work on myself at this point since, 2012, 2013, years and years and years and years and years of investment into myself. Sessions with mentors. I've spent, so much energy, sessions with mentors, studying all of this work that I understand exactly what's holding you back, exactly what's blocking you, and what it takes to really create this powerful identity that's going to take you to that next level. Because it's not about, as I always say, the next quick fix marketing strategy. And it's funny because personally, I had a system for marketing in my Magnificent Money brand that worked. It worked, and then it didn't work. And it didn't work because it didn't work. It brought loads and loads of people in. It didn't work because my identity has shifted. And because I understood the intention of the business and where it wanted to go. And I built Magnificent Money to the level that it's at right now without realizing the identity of it being a business. But then when I understood the identity of Magnificent Money, it suddenly upgraded to a whole new level, which is the process that I'm in right now with it. And it's going to go on and help many, many, many more people, whilst I simultaneously launch my Visionary Entrepreneur-esque brand in Dubai and UAE, which is happening in September, whilst I simultaneously acquire a new business, which is going to happen also in September. It's the 1st of September today, I just realized. Whilst I also help women at the level I feel like you're at with my Extraordinary Power brand, which is all about identity. It's all about knowing your business identity. It's all about coming to work with me in person for a 48-hour experience, which I have never offered before, ever, which I'm offering right now. Like, this is location-based leadership. This is, proximity to power. This is about you coming in to an incubator, into an immersion with me. And I work with entrepreneuresses who are making 8-9 figures. I've had so much success with, people at the top of their game, and that part of the business is only expanding right now. And I'm going to bring all of this information into this 48-hour immersion with me. So if you're at the level where you are making approximately 15 to 20K a month each month, maybe you've had some higher level months, but you've plateaued, this is the moment for you. And it's scary as well, because I'm going to support you to really unlock yourself, unlock your highest essence. And I think you can feel my energy. I've taken several big jumps in the last 2 years in my business. I've collapsed the time it takes for you to get there. This is a huge acceleration for many of you that are ready to step into the room with me. I'm super excited. If you're watching this live and you want to know more about Extraordinary Power and what it offers, then just pop EP in the comments. I'm going to post this live afterwards, so you can still pop EP in the comments or DM me EP, and I'm going to share all about EP. For me, as someone who lives partly in the future and who feels the truth of what's coming, for female leaders, because we've only really witnessed the men showing us success, or we've witnessed women showing us high levels of success from a masculine energy, and I'm fully honoring and fully respecting all of the powerful men out there who are crushing it on Instagram, showing us how to build 100 million business models. But unfortunately, they are not here to guide us. We are conscious women waking up really fast. They are here to guide the men and the women that are leading from the male energy. They're here to guide those powerful people. We are here We are here as conscious women waking up really fast. We are here to look for role models, female, divine, feminine role models who are making a lot of money, having a lot of success, and owning the world stage with their messages. We need more role models like that. And this is my intention. You know, let me just share this with you for the first time. I'm going to speak this out loud. It just came through to me today. Right? You know, when we talk about the 1%, we talk about the 1%, don't we? We talk about the 1%. You know, who are the 1% on the planet? Who are the 1% in the world? If you're writing EP, could you DM me as well, EP, just because I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to see these comments when I post this live. If you can just DM me EP, then I can share EP with you that way. That would be amazing. Thank you, beautiful ones. So the 1%, let me talk to you about the 1% on the planet. So we often have this, we have this concept, we have this understanding of the 1% on the planet, like the 1% of the planet globally who have accumulated the wealth, the success, who are going for it, who are, you know, in this 1% bubble. What if my mission on this planet was to expand that 1% to 5%? What if my mission on this planet was not only to work with the 1%, which is my mission, but what if my mission was also to expand that 1% to 5% of the population? Because surely it's not about the 1%. Surely it's about taking the 1% and expanding it out to 5%. Surely it's about expanding that level of wealth and success and activating it within the souls and the energy fields of the conscious women on this path. Surely that's what it's about. And so this really, I hope this makes sense. Like this, I'm formulating this as an idea. It sounds super simple when I say it out loud, but it's like so many people talk about serving the 1%, serving the 1%. And that's my role for sure. As a role model, yes, that's my role. But surely my role is also to expand that 1% out to 5%, right? Or 10%. I mean, 10% feels like a big feat to me right now. I don't know if I've got it in me to do it for 10%, but definitely 5%. You know, and I'm not the only conscious woman who's speaking about this. Other conscious women are. They might not be articulating it in the same way as I am. But, you know, surely that's the mission. Surely that's the vision. Surely that's the purpose with all of this beautiful work. Money's a frequency. Money's an energy. Money's an ally. That's it. So you just need to figure out what is your alignment. What is the identity of my business? How can I work that out? And of course, this is the work we do in Extraordinary Power, Immersion. And who do I have to be on an identity level? Who do I need to embody and integrate myself as on an identity level in order to serve my business at the highest level, in order to serve the planet, my demographic of audience at the highest level? Many of you are coaches and mentors because you'll naturally be attracted to me because I have 2 businesses in the coaching industry. But many of you are actually entrepreneurs. Many of you are actually entrepreneurs. Many people are calling themselves entrepreneurs and they're not entrepreneurs. They are coaches. But many of you are meant to be entrepreneurs. I felt early on in my career that I couldn't fit into a box, that I didn't want to be in a box, and that the word coach, mentor, even strategist, even consultant wasn't it for me. I realized that I am an entrepreneur. I realized that I have a lot of success turning businesses into massive success. Maybe failed businesses, maybe plateau businesses into massive success. So I was doing that for clients. Why could I not do that for myself? And this is when I started to attract in businesses to consider for acquisition. And this is when it started getting really interesting for me. And this is as a consequence of me aligning to my soul blueprint, to my purpose. And, purpose is not an external conversation. It's not an external conversation. We're told it is. We've got to find our purpose. No, it's not an external conversation. It's something from here. And so it's already here. It was here when you were born. It's a potential waiting to be activated, waiting to be turned on. And so this is what we do in Extraordinary Power also. And also what we do in Extraordinary Power is we explore where are the best locations for you on the planet that activate your codes of career, business, wealth, flow, relationships, love, magnetism. This is also what we do in Extraordinary Power. Basically, Extraordinary Power gives you all of the ingredients that you need to really be the version of you that sets the world on fire. This is it. This is it. This is it. Extraordinary Power is not a coaching program. It's not a mastermind. It's a full-on identity calibration. It's a melting pot. It releases all the old programming and record speed, and it supports you to rise up and embody and design your lifestyle. I'm very, very, very into you designing your lifestyle consciously and living it out. So it's not enough just to do the work in the 48-hour deep, powerful immersion in person with me. That's going to transform lifetimes for you, and you're going to transform lifetimes and lifetimes of blockages in that 48-hour window. It's not enough to just do that. You then need to take the energy and the codes and the frequencies and everything and start embedding it into your lifestyle. And that means making decisions about your network, about your health, about your energy, about your business, about your house, your home, about where you're operating. This is where you start to book plane tickets, get on the next plane, go to where you feel activated, because this ultimately is an energy game. And I've been saying this since 2012. Okay, listen, I'm having full honor and respect for my energy and my cycle right now. If you want more of this conversation, you want to know more about Extraordinary Power and the work that I do for women at your level, then DM me EP or drop EP in the comments. Or if you're watching this on the replay, drop EP in the comments. We will send you information about EP, Extraordinary Power, EP. I'm super, super excited. I'm just excited for life, honestly. Right now, I'm excited. Life is exciting for me. Like, we're upgrading our apartment in Lisbon. We've just bought a house outside Lisbon. I'm launching in Dubai and UAE in September. Like, a lot of good stuff is happening right now. I am very, very excited. And to those of you that have been following me for a while, perhaps you have joined programs before, but you've fallen away for a bit. Feel my energy frequency now. I am not messing around. This is total invitation for you. This is confrontation. This is disruption. This is going to shake everything for you, but this is your moment. This is your moment. Because if not now, when? If not now, when? Is it going to be next year when you feel ready? You're never going to feel ready. Ever going to feel ready. Ever going to feel ready. This is the moment right now. This is the moment right now. Okay, now. And if you know me already and we've worked together in some other form, brilliant. This is going to be easier access for you than the new people on the call who are going to have to take a minute to get used to my frequency and my energy. And this is why we're doing 48 hours together in person immersion. I am so excited to connect with you in person. Your whole world's going to change, but don't worry, I've got you. I'm supporting you. Whew. Okay. I hope Abby's on the call and is screenshotting all these people that are typing EP. Thank you, Abby. Just let me know, Abby, that you've got everybody before I draw this live to a completion. And thank you for being in my energy today. Honestly, I have been really taking care of myself today because day one of my cycle, but it's so weird. Every time I try and reorganize my business activity around my cycle, it's always like day one of something is always on day one of my cycle. And I'm like, I've given up. Honestly, I've given up trying to plan everything around because it just doesn't work. like that. So if you're typing in EP, please DM me as well. I just want to make sure that I am really connecting this frequency that I'm channeling right now with each and every one of you. So DM me EP as well. DM me EP as well. If you're watching this on the replay, drop the EP in the comments. Or you can DM me as well. Thanks, Abs. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope that I've moved you into the future somehow, somewhere. I hope we've moved forwards together on this beautiful live. Thank you, Instagram, for holding the energy, for holding my energy, for holding Extraordinary Powers energy. Thank you, Abby, for supporting me. I'm super grateful as always. And I'm sending you so much love. Let's do this. I'll see you tomorrow on the second part of this live series. All of my love. Bye.